Dun dun dun. Are we going? I think we're going. Hooray! Forgot where my camera is. It's not where the Cubase screen is, because why would it be? Hello, welcome to another Cubase. I say live stream, it's not a live stream. Maybe one day, maybe not. I mean, if the internet in here ever improves, which it won't. So again, no real goals here. I'm just going to sort of make some noises and see what happens. I'm going to see if I can do it using only Cubase. I need to not do this, that's really annoying. Only stuff that comes inside of Cubase. So for drum kits, I'm just going to start off with this Alta kit, which is the most normal, nice sounding acoustic kit. As far as I know. I didn't change the tempo in the last one, and that irked me somewhat. So let's go with 97.2. 301. Ah, lame. I'll have to round that down then. Wait. There we go. 97.299 BPM, because numbers. So let's draw in 2 bars. Oh, that needs to be over here. I'm not sure how loud this is going to be. Let's start off quieter with that. That's probably okay, isn't it? Yeah, for the moment. Do-do-do. It's like 9 in the morning and I'm not used to being up this early. And if this video actually saves and is any good, I'm just gonna... I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not thinking properly. I think it's okay to not think when you're creating music. Just let whatever happens, happens. I wonder what that sounds like. Pretty bad. Here's a little tip for making your drums sound more realistic. If you have the same drum being played twice in quick succession, you're probably going to find that this one's a bit, in terms of velocity, a bit higher, and the second one's a bit lower. I'm also keeping the first beat of each bar, the kick always has a bit more emphasis. Some drums you'll find it's the opposite. It'll be more like that. I think that's my GTFO out of bed. GTFO bed. GTFO of bed. That's what it is. I don't know why I felt it necessary to explain that. Ooh. That's what I want. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Thinking about it, actually, I don't really want those when there's loads of kick stuff happening as well. Let's try this. I could get a bit annoying after a while. I think, other than, again, the first beats of each bar, the hi-hats are going to be quite low down because it's quite hard to play that fast. Cool, yeah, that'll do. And what I think we'll do now is duplicate that. And this second time. Mm. Don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, forgot to save. I'm in the habit of pressing Control S at any given opportunity, but I always forget to actually. So even before I've actually saved the project, I'm always saving it as an impulse. So there we have an okay drum beat. I keep forgetting my macros. What shall we go with now? Maybe a pad. Let's find an interesting pad, and again, stuff inside of Cubase. Ah, no, this is Patch Up Pro, isn't it? It seems some of my settings have reset. That's really helpful. Thanks, world. Pad. A space accordion. That works. I think I've actually just made up the chord pattern as well. Nailed it. Oh, apparently not. I'm just hitting Q to quantize everything, and it didn't work. What the heck? Cool. Right, I'm just going to make sure those all land more or less in the right place. I don't mind that I mind that one a little bit. Velocity is a little... So that one's a bit harder, that one's a bit lower, that one's a bit harder, that one's quite a bit lower. That's fine. So I can sort of hear something that I think needs to happen, which is, we've heard this chord pattern once, but then I think it needs to gradually ascend. So rather than changing any notes inside of that, what we're going to do is start having inversions. So no notes are going to go downwards, which doesn't make an awful lot of sense. So as in we're not going to have any lower notes. So I think that should achieve that. So you see how everything sort of ascends. So we've heard this chord pattern, we've sort of established it in our brains as a listener, and then when we come to this version, which is second inversion, yes, second inversion of E major, second inversion of E major, we know it's the same chord, but we can hear something's up because the fifth, the B, is below the chord now. It's at the bottom of the chord. And that sort of makes us more attuned to the fact that something's going to happen, which is quite subtle, but it's a nice effect. I think, anyway. So I guess we want some bass now. What instrument am I going to use for bass? Is it going to be a hilarious Retrolog bass? It is. Oh, we're looking for basses. How about that? No. My keyboard's actually in the wrong octave, which doesn't help. It's a bit weird. Yeah. So I know you can't see it, but I'm just dragging stuff over to my other screen. Normally my transport panel and all of my MIDI editors would be on my other screen, but you can't see that. One day, maybe. So I'm going to get rid of the lowest notes. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of everything but the lowest notes, and that includes these inverted chords. Come on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So I'm thinking of like a dot 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 dot. So I wonder if actually that sounds better without it moving between the chords. That could be the thing we do. So the last note is the note from that chord. And then for that one I think it should stick on the D. It's probably a really icky joke in there somewhere. I won't make it. Yeah, that's okay. Sharp. So again, I think first thing, so B and then D. B and then D. Just putting that one down there rather than having repeating notes. Cool. So, in terms of melody, I think I want to do two things. I want to have a lead which is quite which we distort a bit with bit reduction. But that sort of just roughly follows this, and then I think we want an arpeggio. And when I say arpeggio, I don't mean an sort of arpeggiated effect. I mean we're actually playing an arpeggio of these chords. So I'll perhaps do the arpeggio first. Need to find something with a little more attack. I suppose searching pad isn't really going to help me with that, is it? There we go. So let's try. That sounded like a stomach noise, but it came out of my throat. A bit lower. I'll do it. BDF sharp. Cool. C, G. There we go. D, F sharp, A. And we're not going to have that pattern do the ascendy thing. Although I do feel like that's gone a bit high. Can't even hear that one anymore, so we'll just turn it down quite a lot and stick it to the side. So I think that definitely all needs to be a bit lower, except for that first bit. Because again, it starts to ascend. Cool. Yeah, so that works, and it's not particularly intrusive, so it doesn't have to be a lead, I don't think. It's getting a bit crowded in here. I'm just conscious that like my webcam's taking up all this space, so I can't really use it. There it is. I'm literally just using my ears to find a nice sound. I've been listening to a lot of Stranger Things knockoffs, so I wonder if that's starting to come through. That's it. I'm not getting much stereo field out of this, so I don't know if I've probably screwed something up. This is more stereo than it sounds. You're just going to have to take my word for that. Sort of mixing as you go, which is not technically what you're supposed to do, but Cool, so now we need a nice lead sound. Spector. I don't even know if you really have any. Chainsaw. Squishy Hammond organs from space. Not really into it. I think we're using that, but not as the lead. The weird theremin. Let's mute that for a moment. I guess let's go with Retrolog. So that's a cool thing to bear in mind, is that even if you do sort of have in your mind a direction for a song to go, which I guess it depends on the project. Sometimes I do, sometimes, like now, I really don't. Be open to what your computer randomly has stored on it to use. It's still music. I think it's cool to have a combination of what the technology thinks you should do and what you as a composer think you should do. Old game lead. Oop. I'm so excited I punched my mic. Nah. Nope. Nope. Nothing much luck, am I? Ugh. Right. There it is. So I'm just going to play it and have a mess around on my keyboard, see what I come up with. This will be a lot louder. That'll do. It's not my finest piece of work, but let's try it. 2, 3. So that's the bit I really want to preserve, where there's like 2 different rhythms. Cool. Velocity. Whoop, that took a while to kick in. That was weird. Let's try that. Cool. So how much space does that take up? So I'm going to have that coming about halfway. Last beat of that bar. Cool. Yeah, that sound actually really bothers me. Timbre of the instrument is upsetting me somewhat. So I'm just going to loop that pattern. It's not looping at all, I'm a big liar. So I've got an idea for an intro which involves the weird theremin effect as well, and it's going to have this kind of and that's where it's going to sit when it's actually doing its job as a lead. So I'm going to stick that over there. I'm going to stick this over here. And actually, it's just going to be this first pattern. Slightly lower as well. I think it's sort of important to get a bit more expression if you can out of lead instruments. Certainly more than lead and rhythm. I think get a bit more expression if you can. So I'm always careful to use a bit more modulation, and perhaps even, just for example, grab some random notes and then pull them slightly out of time. Oh, not like that. Like, it'll be so subtle and unnoticeable, but like, we'll know. Not too lots of that actually. Whip. Whip and indeed nay nay. I say that and I regret it instantly. We want the filter cut off. So it wants to be there when it's time to be a lead. So I'm just taking note of the highest and lowest points that I wanted it on there, which I think is about this. cool. What did this sound like? Does it sort of do that upwards glissando anyway? No. Let's try this. Ooh. That's all I want. Oh no. Let's try that. And then I guess some sort of again, this is kind of more realistic because the drummer would count in that first bit probably for their own sake, but quite quietly, and then have like a drop in fill. Let's try that. Yeah, I want that to, as well as doing the cut-off thing. Let's try that. Need something else there to fill it out, but I'm not really sure what. Got a few ideas. That definitely doesn't want to come until later, and that much later. What's interesting here is, like, because of the way this pattern works, that sounds like it's on an offbeat, like a 1 and 2 and 3 kind of deal. Don't really know why. I quite like it, and I'm not going to examine too closely why that is. So I had an idea for this, the arpeggio. Which is just lots. 2 bars? Yeah, 2 bars. This wasn't exactly part of my idea, but whatever. We'll see. Noise. And then, yeah, volume in as well. Yeah, I'm awake. I swear I'm awake. There we go. Whoops. I thought that'd be super intrusive, but like we can clearly do that for longer. Yeah, so let's. Let's try that. Oh yeah, because that's over there. Let's try that. This, I think, just like a fifth drone, a bit lower. So, this seems really quiet still. Is it because I've panned it? Right, it's because I'm only hearing central. Good. Cool, I'm just color coding it because that's how my brain works. Intro, obviously. I'm going to call this maybe a hook, I don't really know. So I feel that leads into something. So I think doing something here that's a little different and like deliberately not hitting the root note, which is E. So start with the G. let's see how far we get with that. How are we doing for time? Wow, we've got 20 minutes left. Cool. Drums. So I'm just going to copy one of these, two of these bars. If you're not a drummer, really easy tip. If you don't know how to change up a rhythm, just change the sort of the rhythmic symbol. I don't really know what it's called. That's not a good thing. So rather than using hi-hats, I'm going to use ride. You've also got cowbell as an option. Aeroplanes. Thanks. Cool, I like that pattern. Just gonna recolor quickly. Green, why not? Bass. What register are we in? The 2. That wasn't A, wasn't it? No. And this is just going to follow the melody. Music teacher once told me that you shouldn't do that, but I don't care. Let's try that. I actually have an idea now. So this is going to make this not a normal length of a section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking a bit of a risk there with a 6-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count. So a few more kicks just to thicken it out. Wait, that's clearly a mistake. Or is it? Yes? No. No? What am I doing? I understand. Oh. Right, this needs a couple more kicks. Whoopsie. Again, I've done something wrong. Let's see if this works. God freaking damn it. I am so awake right now. I think if this was thicker, that could really work. So I'm opening both of these so I can see the reference notes up here. So B, F sharp. Well, this is actually a little more interesting than I thought it would be. So the reason I'm landing on a B up here is because I've gone out of the key. I sort of played the two closest notes to E without actually playing E. I've made it a bit weird by playing an F sharp, which, oh, it does belong here. Anyway. So F sharp, but it's a weird note to lean on for a bit. And then I'm playing F, which is of course a semitone above E, and D sharp, which is of course a semitone below. So that's kind of, oh my god, go away. That's kind of, I mean, why is my phone even on? Why didn't I think about that? Moron. So I've got these two notes either side of E, which, I don't know, might signal E to some people, not really sure, but then I'm definitely signalling E by playing, leading on for 2 beats, the 5th of B, which is going to make people want to hear B. If that doesn't make sense to you, it's just music theory and it's not important. It is important. I shouldn't have said that. It is literally really important. So again, we need just some chords based on that. So G, G, A, actually no, I won't do that. And then D. And then F sharp. And D sharp. And So now I'm going to grab all of these which are quite high up and turn them into inversions. Again, just so they sort of stay in roughly the same area. I mean, it goes up a bit here, which is fine. Done something wrong. Okay, so those... Right, I basically just did that to the wrong chords. That's fine. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shouldn't it be 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, I don't care anymore. It sounds fine. Bit weird. Really quite weird, in fact. The 3 octave. It's a bit lower. I'll do the same thing. Come on. That should definitely be minor, shouldn't it? Yeah, I think. C sharp, F sharp, A. What's the root note there? No, that should definitely be a D. F sharp, A. So, yeah, that doesn't sound amazing, the chord sequence, but, like, I'm so pushed for time right now. So I'm just going to not worry about it too much. Nah, it'll haunt my dreams. Okay, so I want this section again. Oh. Right. Of course, because that's got one note over the side. Loud aeroplanes. I'm actually going to make this a slightly different orange. Because I can. Right. I have no idea what this will sound like. Let's give it a try. Stupid theremin. don't like the green bit. Let me think. Yeah, it's definitely something in there. It's one of the extra notes in those chords for sure. So I'm just gonna, for the moment, just because it's a lead sound, well, almost a lead sound. This is how I choose random notes, by the way. There's probably an easier way, but I don't care. Quirky with it and do offs. Wait, what am I trying to do? Right, I completely forgot what I was doing whilst doing it. It's not bad. That could be thicker though. Cool, that's a bit better. Sharp name. And that, you know what that needs? Stupid theremin noise. I think this needs like a high E throughout. Like a really piercing. Maybe it should be the other. Let's try that. Cool. Oh, we're over an hour. Oh no. so to finish, I'm just going to listen to it the entire way through. I don't love the green bit. If I had a little more time, I think I could probably work it out. But for the moment, I'm sure there'll be someone out there that knows exactly what to do. This is what we've got for the moment. I think I can sense any of you that want to pull this project from Blend.io. Hopefully I won't run out of storage on Dropbox. Stupid Dropbox. You probably just want to can that entire middle section, and I cannot blame you. If I were to carry on working with this, which I may or may not, I don't really decided, yeah, I would keep it, but I think I'd work on it quite a lot. I will leave that to you. Thanks for sticking around for this stream. What have I got? 20 seconds to do all the bits at the end. Okay, so there'll be a subscribe button on screen. There will be a video which YouTube thinks is the best video for you to watch. And that's probably it. So, thanks. I've not really worked out a schedule for how often I can do these. But there'll be another one probably soon. Maybe, I hope. Toodaloo. Pressing the